Welcome back to They Said Quotes, the channel dedicated to the remarkable words of the most inspired individuals in the world. Today, we're going to deep dive into how to unlocking a life of wisdom with the main principles for personal transformation. How to bring out the best in yourself, regardless of your age, financial status, the city you live in, or the profession you hold. When we honestly face ourselves in the mirror, we strive to enhance who we are. This honesty propels us to continually refine our character, actions, and worldview. The way you live your life, making more right decisions than wrong ones, learning instead of stagnating, constantly presents you with the need to make choices. Omitting these challenges results in accumulating problems that can leave you exhausted and drained. Stoicism, a moral code for thousands of years, guides us to think and act with clarity, strengthening our minds. In this video, I present 26 Stoic principles that, when applied, have the power to significantly transform your life. No matter how you live today or at what level you find yourself, these rules will help you think and act to progress forward. Before we dive in, I invite you not only to listen but to engage with this video. Share your experiences or impressions. If you already apply some Stoic principles in your life, let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for new videos. Everything you do in life accumulates, each action becomes a reflection of your habits. You are essentially the result of the consistent repetition of your daily practices. For instance, breaking your diet a few times a week leads to sabotaging half a year. The same principle applies to punctuality and financial impulsiveness. Your life accumulates from these small daily choices. As Epictetus wisely said, if you want to be beautiful, make beautiful choices. If you want to be excellent, make excellent choices, and make them habitually. It's the accumulation of our small daily choices that builds our lives. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Your life might be perfect, but a glance at someone else's body, job, relationship, income, or family can steal your joy. Comparing what others have or do to gauge your progress is a trap that robs your happiness. Comparison never makes anyone feel good. Instead, it sparks anger, envy, or a sense of inferiority. Stoics don't succumb to such comparisons. They focus solely on what they do. Convince yourself that everything is a gift from the gods, as Marcus Aurelius said. Concentrate on what you can control, a fundamental teaching from Epictetus. The key is to focus exclusively on what you can control, directing your energy away from things beyond your control. Your power lies in selectively concentrating on what's within your direct influence. Don't compare yourself to others. Concentrate on your path and live according to your standards. Believe that everything is a gift from the gods, and concentrate on what you can control. Epictetus taught us the ability to discern between what we can and cannot control in life. Concentrating solely on what you can control ensures your energy is not wasted on the noise your neighbor makes, how others treat you, or things beyond your control. Direct your focus to what's within your influence. In this selective focus lies your power. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you respond. Save your energy by not complaining, blaming others, or lamenting fate. Instead, focus on controlling your response. We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This principle from Epictetus underscores the importance of pausing between stimulus and response. Stoics advise using this time to filter your initial impressions before succumbing to impulses of anger or anxiety. Stop, think, and consider if your planned action is the wisest choice. Avoid purely emotional reactions. Allow the necessary pause to evaluate and decide clearly before acting. This principle is about self-discipline and maintaining balance in the face of intense emotions. Ask yourself, is this essential? We're so immersed in our daily activities that we rarely question our actions and micro-decisions. What we do from the moment we wake up until we go to bed matters. Most of our time is spent on unnecessary things, achieving nothing, while our dreams and projects gather dust. Start questioning your daily micro-decisions. Eliminate what is non-essential. Doing harm to someone is doing harm to yourself. Sometimes, we delude ourselves into thinking that harming someone doesn't affect us because it's just a moment or a one-time situation. But doing harm is like throwing coal at someone. You might hit the target, but your hands will be completely dirty. You can't play with the beast inside you without becoming a complete beast. Flirting with falsehood without losing your right to the truth, engaging in cruelty without losing the sensitivity of your mind, these actions corrupt your character. To maintain a beautiful garden, don't keep a corner for weeds. Suffering from imagined troubles, Seneca reminds us that we often suffer more in imagination than in reality. How often have you faced problems that only existed in your mind? We are blessed with the ability to think, but if we don't control our minds, we risk becoming their prisoners. Learn to question your thoughts, and investigate your frustrations and sources of insecurity. Distinguish if they are real or traps of the ego. Concentrate on what's in front of you, direct your attention to the tasks at hand, and avoid adding unnecessary suffering to your life. The Stoic philosophy can have incredible positive impacts in times of difficulty and challenges. Never be heard complaining. Marcus Aurelius didn't wish to be emperor. He was chosen as part of a succession plan by Emperor Hadrian when he was still a child. In his Meditations, he wrote a rule for himself: never to become a voice that merely complains. Complaints rarely solve anything. Instead, the focus should be directed toward what can be done and the positive aspects that each situation can provide. Marcus Aurelius urges us to resist the temptation to fall into the trap of complaining and to focus instead on what can be done, extracting good from every challenge we face. 2 ears, 1 mouth. For a reason, true progress occurs when we are willing to spend more time listening than speaking. Zenon reminds us that we are born with 2 ears and 1 mouth not in vain, but to encourage us to listen more than we speak. Wisdom from Zenon emphasizes that the attainment of wisdom often comes in small steps, and exercising control over our words is no small feat. Commit to speaking less today, even in a small situation in your life, and devote more to the art of listening. This simple commitment can trigger significant progress in your life. The best revenge is to be unlike him. Marcus Aurelius advises not to let others' behavior define who you are. In a world where some people choose rudeness, lack of education, and malice, the best response you can offer is simply not to adopt those standards. Don't let others' cruelty influence your actions and character. Prove yourself a good person by being the opposite of them. Prove your integrity by being exactly the opposite of what you reject in others. Be strict with yourself and tolerant of others. Sometimes, we want others to have discipline, yet we arrive late or criticize those who lack financial control while ironically paying our bills late. The Stoics set high standards for themselves and were known for their self-discipline and constant self-evaluation. But the focus was on their own growth and individuality. While interacting with others, they cultivated the utmost respect, exercising remarkable tolerance towards others' mistakes. This duality, strictness with oneself and tolerance with others, reflects the Stoic understanding that each journey is unique, and personal improvement should not turn into the inflexible judgment of others. Learn something from everyone. Marcus Aurelius starts his Meditations by expressing gratitude to his mother for the generosity he learned from her and to his teachers for the shared knowledge. We are surrounded by people, and we can learn something from each one of them, even from those we dislike or disrespect. Both virtuous and less virtuous people have something to teach us. The virtuous can inspire us to become better, while the less virtuous offer valuable lessons on what not to become. Consider something valuable every day. According to Seneca, the path to wisdom lies in discovering something every day that contributes to your growth. Find something in your life that adds value, whether it's our videos, a book you start reading, or a conversation with a friend. Actively seek what makes you evolve, be it as a person, professional, or intellectual. This constant effort to become better each day is the true path to wisdom. Don't judge other people. Seneca states that the study of philosophy is about cleansing your imperfections, not others. Often, by judging others, we affirm our own values. For example, if someone doesn't clean their house, and you take pride in maintaining a clean home, you might criticize them. But by doing so, you're affirming your own values and choices. Judge not your own merit by perceived faults in others. Build your value by desiring to be a superior version of yourself rather than constantly comparing with others. True growth and self-worth come from aspiring to improve yourself irrespective of others' actions. Study the lives of the greats, as Seneca says. Choose to focus on someone who will make you better. Studying the lives of those who came before us allows us to learn easily the lessons they learned through immense difficulty. By examining the lives of philosophers like Epictetus, we learn to maintain firmness in adversity. From Marcus Aurelius, we learn commitment to virtue and the daily practice of Stoicism. Studying the lives of the greats doesn't make our lives easier, but it provides a solid framework to face challenges by incorporating the lessons of those who left a significant legacy. Practice forgiveness relentlessly. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. Don't allow yourself to remain entangled in any situation, no matter how bad or painful. When we hold on to grudges, we cling to what we can't control. The only path to true happiness, as Epictetus reminds us, lies in detachment from what we can't control. Choose your company wisely. We are a reflection of those around us. Stoics sought people who made them better, not worse. By seeking the company of those who inspired growth, Stoics acknowledged the significant influence social surroundings can have on our actions. If someone offends you, recognize that you are an accomplice in feeling offended. You can't control others' actions, but you can control how you respond. As Epictetus says, if you feel offended, you, in a way, become an accomplice to that offense. The saying, when two parties fight, both lose, highlights that even if someone insists on provoking you, you have the power to decide whether you accept it as an offense or not. Marcus Aurelius complements this perspective by emphasizing that you have the power to determine whether you've been harmed. By choosing not to feel harmed by critical comments, you follow a path of resilience to insults, preserving your emotional balance. Don't make your problems worse by lamenting. Seneca says, "At least I don't hinder myself." This means not making your problems worse by poisoning your chances of focusing on solutions or ways out of the challenges you face. By focusing on solutions instead of ruminating on the problem, you maintain the focus that truly matters, how you can act to resolve whatever has happened. Accept success without arrogance, face failure with indifference. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that throwing a stone upward or downward, it's still a stone. No matter how bad a thing is, it doesn't change who you are. This applies to both prosperity and adversity. Be humble when life gives you much, and be humble when it gives you little. Don't let circumstances change you. Life has its ups and downs, and we all go through them. Therefore, focus on who you are and what you control. Ego is your enemy. Arrogance makes us believe we are better than we truly are and better than everyone else. As Epictetus points out, it's impossible to learn what you think you already know. True humility is about always being open to learning. The genuine humility lies in the constant willingness to acknowledge that there's always room for growth and knowledge acquisition. By overcoming the ego, we allow wisdom and understanding to flourish in our lives. Value time more than money and possessions. If you read 10 obituaries, none will say they regret not having the latest smartphone or the most sophisticated sneakers of the year. While we can work and learn to earn more, time is something we can't buy. We can't spend more time with loved ones who are no longer in this world. Seneca reminds us that every passing hour belongs to death. Therefore, consider death not as a future event, but as something happening at every moment. Prioritize time, for it is a precious resource that, once spent, cannot be recovered. The true wealth lies in how you choose to utilize each moment you have. If you've made it this far, comment gratitude. For further wisdom, please join us and subscribe to the channel. You can also help me share this world with as many people as possible. Just like the video, and share it with your friends. I appreciate it. Thank you all.